Hello everybody. How you doing today? Welcome back to the news with Lloyd here on English TV Live. Hope everybody's doing very well today. You might notice that this is not Jacob, this is Lloyd. Please bear with us at the moment because we are currently experimenting with some different technology. You might be watching this on YouTube, you might be watching this on the public EnglishTVLive.com page on Facebook, and of course inside of our private community. If you're watching for the first time, my name is Lloyd, and every week I give you the News with Lloyd show where we go through a recent news story and look at some vocabulary along the way. We also get your opinions as well, and let me just see who's joining us right now. Hope everything's okay. You probably were a bit surprised. If you're watching in the private community, it probably says Jacob is live now, which is a bit strange and seems to be okay. Let me just see who's with us inside the private community. I can see Maxim, Victoria, Ekaterina, Nastia, Assam, the news with Jacob, Orly, how you doing? And to everybody, if you're watching on the public stream as well, it's awesome to have you with us. In today's story, we're going to be looking at a new job offer that some of you may be interested in taking. And that is a job offer where you can lie down for 2 months and get paid a lot of money. Make sure as well, if you're watching in the private group, to stay tuned until the end of this show for the Toby password. Also, we have a little wager as well. I'm sure many of you should have received a message from Toby where you have to guess the answer to a question. We will have that coming up fairly soon. But why don't we get into today's story then? So, as I said, things are a little bit different, a little bit of a different structure here. So the first question for you is, what is the strangest job that you've ever had or could imagine? Okay, the strangest job that you've ever had or you can imagine. As I said, today's story is, today's job is a little bit strange. Lying down, being paid to lie down, which is pretty nice. I think I might just need to change something here. It seems as though I keep stuttering. Let me know, by the way, if you can see me and hear me okay. We're just using a lot of different technology at the moment, and it seems to be going a little bit slowly. But let me know, what is the strangest job that you could imagine or you've ever had? Eugenia says, my husband would like to have this job for sure. Eugenia in the private community. Victoria says, stay tuned, a nice presentation is coming. Well, I hope you like this presentation here. Or is it on the right here? I've tried a little bit of a different background today. So let us know in the comments. I personally have never really had a very strange job myself. But this is a pretty strange job. Tatiana says, I can see you in the left and a question on the right. Yes, that's how it should be. That is how it should be. Okay, just one moment. I'm just going to change the... Okay, no, it's fine. Nancy says, everything's okay, but sometimes it's freezing. Okay, sorry about that. As I said, if you can just bear with us, we're experimenting with some new things, but in time, everything will be much better. Orly says, it's a dreamy job. You could rather say it's a dream job. It's a dream job. Well, the story for today is this one. This is the headline. So, the European Space Agency, and also NASA as well, they are offering $18,500 for people to lie in bed for 2 months. Sounds pretty good to me. I do like lying down myself. So $18,500. Just be careful. That's how you would say that, by the way. $18,500 for people to lie in bed for 2 months. You might be thinking, oh, what is the catch? Is a good expression you can use. The catch. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably has a catch. There's some negative side, the catch. So let's take a look here. It's part of a study designed to better understand how the body adapts to weightlessness. So when astronauts go into space, it can obviously have a big effect, negative effect on the body, and scientists are still trying to understand, well, what happens to the body when we go into space. And here on Earth, there are different experiments that scientists can do to try to understand the effects of weightlessness. Okay, so weightlessness is this, right? Weightlessness looks very nice. I would like to try sometime. Weightlessness is when you are kind of floating in space, right? No gravity. And obviously this can have a serious effects on your body, especially if you are in space for a long time. We want to find out what are the effects. So we want to better understand the effects. So if you want to better understand something, it means you want to understand something more. You want to better understand. It doesn't mean that you want to, I don't know, understand it better than anybody else, something like that. Just mean it's a nice way to say you want to understand something more. So you want to better understand. Scientists want to better understand the effects of weightlessness. See if you can practice using this expression in a sentence. So tell us something that you would like to better understand. To better understand. Let us know in the comments. For me, there are many things I would like to better understand. I would like to better understand, I guess, the culture and history of the country where I am now, Belarus. I just arrived recently, and I would really like to better understand the culture. I'm still very ignorant about the culture here, the history, but I'm learning, and I would definitely like to better understand it. Let us know in the comments if there's something that you would like to better understand. Jacob says, it sounds like a pretty good job. Does sound pretty good to me. Maxim says they perhaps connect a lot of wires and stuff to the person. Yeah, I've seen some pictures. Excuse me. I've seen some pictures. Oh, by the way, we learned the word yesterday when Jacob was talking about pet peeves. The word was slurping. Do you remember that? Pet peeves. If you go like this, that annoying sound somebody makes if they sip too loudly, that's slurping. Anyway, so Jacob says he would like this job. The first question I asked actually was, have you had a strange job in your past, or is there a strange job you can imagine? And Arthur Left said, a strange job that I've seen is a person who the whole day sees part of a baby chicken and separates them male and female. Okay, I'm not sure. That sounds very strange. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Victoria says, I think someone can help you with this. Oh, okay. Better understanding Belarus. Definitely. Thank you very much, Victoria. Eugenia says, I'd like to better understand English, of course, German, and some software. Yeah, I mean, of course, all of our members in our community here are trying to better understand English, better understand expressions, better understand how to use English in a correct way. Victoria says, I'd like to better understand people sometimes. Belen says, I would like to better understand technologies. How the heck are we sending messages through the air that arrives all the way down to where you are now? Yeah, I know what you mean, Belen. It's pretty crazy, right? When you think about the fact that I'm talking to you right now. Okay, maybe today the video is not as smooth as usual. We'll fix that next time. But hopefully you can hear me okay. But still, the fact that I'm talking to you all around the world, in all different countries, all different places, and it's amazing. And when I have video lessons with my students, speaking sessions, etc., just the fact that I'm talking to you immediately, almost instantaneously on another side of the planet, I don't understand that. I would like to better understand that as well. All right, and Maxim says, I'd like to better understand myself. Very good, Maxim. I think all of us would like to do that. Okay. Participants will have to stay in bed for 60 days straight. So if you want to get that $18,500, you will have to stay in bed for 60 days straight. Now, this is a nice natural way to say without stopping. So 60 days straight, if something is 60 days straight, 60 minutes straight, 5 minutes straight, usually use this for time when something doesn't stop. So, for example, I've been awake for 24 hours straight. And actually, about a week ago, when I came here to Minsk, to Belarus, I was awake basically for 24 hours straight. It was a very long journey, and I can't sleep when I'm flying, when I have long journeys. So I was awake basically 24 hours, 30 hours straight. I'm not sure exactly. You could also say I've been working for 20 hours straight, 30 hours straight, something like that. Yeah. So let us know. Hold on a second. Tell us something that you have done for several hours, days, or months straight. See if you can use this expression in a sentence. So, as I said, luckily it's not my story today, but I've been awake for 24 hours straight. I've been doing this. So when you do something without any break time, without stopping, just continue, you do something straight for X amount of time straight. And let's take a look in the comments here. If you can, Nastia says, I'd like to better understand how money works, how to make money without money, and all in this topic. How to make money without money. Well, that's a good question. I think all of us would like to try and understand that, definitely. Ijamal says, I would like to better understand English phrases. Generations says, I would like to better understand English. More important for me is how to use grammar and speak to people around the world. Well, Japanese Generations, you are in the right place here at English TV Live, definitely. Victoria says, it happened that I've been working 24 hours straight. Oh my goodness. Tatiana says, I can edit videos and I'm excited about 15 to 17 hours straight. Edit videos for 15 to 17 hours straight? My goodness. But definitely, yeah, people who do that kind of job, editing videos, maybe working in media. My father is a he's a journalist, and these days he's a writer, but when he was working for the local news channel, he would work for many hours straight. Yeah, definitely. That's a good example there. Ekaterina says, my sister was painting 10 hours straight. Actually, my mother, when she was in labor with me, she was in labor for 30 hours straight, something like that. Sorry, Mom. Nasty says, I've been online on Facebook for 2 hours straight. And some very nice examples coming here. All right, we're about to continue inside the just only in the private community. So before we do, we had a wager again. A wager, what is a wager? A wager is kind of when you are gambling. If you have points, we have points inside the private community, Toby points that you can get from all of our shows and from quizzes and challenges, etc. But if you want to get some more, there's an extra way, and that is by gambling your points away. So be careful. Now, the question that I asked you, or Toby asked you, sorry, was which of these has a connection to today's story? Which item from Lloyd's pocket had a connection to today's story? So we had three options. One was my phone, one was my keys, and one was chewing gum. All right. Are you ready for the answer? The answer was, you can probably hear it now, keys. Okay, my keys. So the connection was So we're talking today about NASA, okay? And here we have a key ring, which is from NASA. Actually, it's from Houston, Texas, which is, I'll put the focus there, can you see? Maybe you can't see. But this key ring is from NASA, from Houston, Texas, and that is actually the connection because NASA is part of today's story. So to those who guessed keys, well done to you, and to everybody watching in the public stream, thank you very much for joining. We're going to go to the private members only now. So if you're watching in the private group, I will see you very soon, in a couple of seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds.